Ladies and gentlemen, we're apparently at 2 out of 4 window strategy at the moment. 4 window strategy. We're 2 windows in. This is the situation at the moment. As you can see, Chelsea are actually 2 windows into a 4 window strategy. 4 window strategy. This is the new thing now. 4 window strategy. So, what's this all about? This is what we're going to try and understand. This is what we're going to try and make sense of as to what is going on. So, let's read through this particular quote here from David Ornstein, who seems to have some inside knowledge about this 4 window strategy. This obviously came straight after the win against Sheffield United. So let's have a look what David Ornstein had to say. Chelsea are actually 2 windows into a 4 window strategy. So we're being told to wait until the 1st of September 2024. I guess this is another strategy to calm the fans down. With all the negative results, they have to find little bits and pieces, little different jargons to throw at the fans to make the fans forget about the current situation and justify the poor nature of the form that the club sees itself in. So this is why the new theme, 4 window strategy, to really judge this new regime around recruitment, which is being led by Lawrence Stewart and Paul Winstanley, the sporting directors. Mauricio Pochettino will input into that, but he won't have any kind of increased influence in January. So once again, it's been reiterated that Mauricio Pochettino will have input, but there will be no influence. He's not going to be able to say, well, I need, for instance, I don't know, Lautaro Martinez, or I need XYZ players. He's not going to be able to do that. He can make some, input into the options that's available to him, but he cannot get the players that he truly wants. Which, look, it's fine. Sometimes it could be detrimental, a manager getting exactly the player that they want, and then before you know it, if results go south, then that player could, maybe a bit of a messed up situation down the track for the new manager, because they may not fit the ideology, the philosophy of the club. So I understand that why sporting directors would want to bring in players that kind of fit their ideology for the long run and not just for this particular manager. So, but at the same time, you have to bring in players that fit this manager's profile as well, or else, the manager will be consistently misprofiling players and utilizing them in different areas where you can't get the best out of them. They may do some business, whether it be in January or in the summer, for a new forward, maybe a centre half as well, because I would expect Thiago Silva not to have his contract renewed. So once again, it's been reiterated that Thiago Silva most likely will be leaving at the end of this season. And we should also keep an eye on Conor Gallagher, 18 months to go on his contract. Normally, that's a stage at which you renew or let players go if there are suitable offers. He's a homegrown player as well, which is crucial for their financial fair play situation, and also they're well stocked in midfield. So David Ornstein has come out and given us a lot of information. David Ornstein is someone, I have to be honest, he's got a lot of good inside knowledge. He's probably one of the top tier journalists out there. So, ladies and gentlemen, so many things to break down here. First of all, 4-window strategy. So we've already had two more to go. I think it's safe to say that these owners are not going anywhere, right? So they've got a 10-year contract until they can do something about the club, whether they want to sell or whether they want to continue. But for the next 10 years, they can't sell up the club, right? So that's one thing. So we have to understand these owners are going nowhere. Now, what we can do as a fan base is demand that our team should be competitive in all fronts to go for silverware, whether that's winning the Premier League, whether that's competing in the domestic fronts, European level. That's something us fans, we can try and push. So far what we've seen from the new owners is a lot of young players. Majority of them are young players. There's some players that don't fit that particular bracket, but majority are young players. Moving forward, I want to see in January window and the next summer, what type of players are going to be coming to Chelsea Football Club? Are they going to be, once again, young potentials, or are we actually going to get, experienced players that are, that been around the blocks, that they know exactly what it takes to play at the top level? And this is something Pochettino needs as well. Pochettino requires players that has the know-how. He cannot have a team full of a plethora of youth players, potential players, because it will be detrimental. It'll be detrimental to the results. It'll be detrimental to his job as well. So he can do miracles with young players, but I don't think he can do miracles with an entire squad full of young players. So that's one thing that we need to see what we do moving forward in this transfer window. The other thing David Ornstein has said, we are looking for a striker. Now, we've got some news in regards to Ivan Toney. The two strikers that were floating around was Ivan Toney and Victor Osimhen. Ivan Toney seems like it's probably going to be going to Arsenal. Arsenal want an out-and-out striker. And I think that will probably make them 100% favourites to win the league. I mean, they're leading at the moment. They're one against Brighton. And I know it's a long way to go, but them getting a striker, an absolute gunman up front, they'll go a long way, because that's probably something they're lacking at the moment. Albeit Kai Havertz is scoring, and this guy was never scoring for us. Now he's scoring for Arsenal. So striker situation, it'll be interesting to see what level of striker we're going to get, because all of these 4-window strategy is going to go down the drain, and it's going to be a negative outlook to the fans if we don't end up getting either Victor Osimhen or Ivan Toney, in my opinion. Anyone else besides that, I think we're compromising the situation again. Me personally, I don't think we're going to be getting Victor Osimhen anymore, because he signed a contract extension. Plus, there's a release clause, an exorbitant amount of release clause as well, which is something around 130 million euros. I can't see how, with the financial fair play situation, which once again David Ornstein has mentioned here, I can't see how we do that. And on top of that, the fact that there is no amortization is capped at 5 years. I don't think we'll be entertaining such high transfer fee anymore. But we shall see if Chelsea Football Club are willing to do that or not. So no Ivan Toney, no Victor Osimhen, most likely. Who you're going to get as a striker, it'll be very, very crucial. And all of these 4-window strategy means diddly squat to the fans if we end up getting another potential striker. So that's one thing. The other thing that we're talking about, David Ornstein was mentioning here, is Conor Gallagher. You know, we're stacked in midfield. We're potentially looking for another midfielder, which is mad. Don't forget, Romeo Lavia is yet to come back. And Chukwuemeka is deemed as a midfielder as well. We have Andre Santos. We have Cesare Casadei. Conor Gallagher, it will be interesting exactly what we're going to do. It will be very, very interesting, because what's the point of having a manager who completely believes in Conor Gallagher, has him as the club captain when Reece James and Ben Chilwell are not available? And you can see Conor Gallagher is one of the most important players for Pochettino. What's the point of having a manager who is unable to keep the players that he wants, and then we end up selling him because of the pure profit, because we're stacked in midfield? Look, me personally, you know my feelings in regards to Conor Gallagher. He has developed, but at the same time, he's not, irreplaceable. He's not indispensable. Do you know what I mean? Like, there are plenty of Conor Gallaghers out there. But the point is, when a manager likes a particular player and believes he's an important player of the club, what message are we sending to the manager? So there's a lot of things that I feel we're gonna get a better picture of come the January window. But until then, it's important. It's important that Mr. Pochettino and this particular Chelsea football, the squad that we have, we got to keep on winning games. We have to. All of these things, the magnitude, it amplifies a lot more once you start losing consistently the way we have. It becomes even worse. But once you win on a regular basis, no one really cares too much about what else is happening at the football club, because the most important factor is winning. So we got to continue to win. So look, interesting times ahead, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what happens. 4-window strategy. Let me know what your thoughts are. Do you think this is just another new jargon that's been thrown to us to forget about the current situation? I'm a bit worried that Gallagher perhaps is being prepared to be sold. It worries me a bit. This is from CFC Daily. David Ornstein told NBC Sports yesterday that the club are well stocked in midfield and have a fortune of riches whilst helping the club's FFP situation. So more reasons as to why Conor Gallagher most likely might be sold. I did tell you guys about the whole Pochettino really liking Conor Gallagher. I guess the other side of the story is yeah, maybe we are forced to sell him because of the pure profit situation, and it helps out the financial fair play. So you got to weigh up what is more important, and I think in this case, maybe financial fair play outweighs the fact that Mauricio Pochettino really likes Conor Gallagher, but we probably need to find other solution and try and keep Conor Gallagher for Mauricio Pochettino. We'll see what happens in January. Next up, Chelsea are not going after Ivan Toney. He's more likely to join Arsenal in January. So this is coming from a particular journalist who is well respected in the Chelsea community, Rahman Osman. A lot of the guys, the news, Twitter accounts, Chelsea Dodgers, PYS, they all seem to quote his comments. So, yeah, look, he apparently is an Arsenal fan, as if that matters. I know, I fully understand that, but we're not so appealing. That's the issue. We're not so appealing at the moment as a football club. We're not in any European level competition. We're so far away from the Premier League in terms of challenging for it. So not even in European spots. Ivan Toney probably has summed it up thinking, you know what, it's a perfect opportunity for him to win the Premier League with Arsenal Football Club. They are challenging for it, and a perfect opportunity to represent in the European stages as well, with Arsenal qualifying for the second round in the Champions League. So there's a lot going for Arsenal at the moment, and it makes sense that he's thinking about going that way. And most likely he's going to get the right amount of wages as well. Wages is another factor. We are not looking to pay players that high amount of money. So no Victor Osimhen, no Ivan Toney. Who are we going to get as a striker? I am very, very worried. Chelsea are not negotiating for Ramsdale, and he is not on the short list for the January window. Oh, thank God. Thank you, Mr. Fabrizio Romano. I don't think Ramsdale is any better than Sanchez, to be honest. And, you know, it's only been one match with Petrovic. Let's see what Petrovic can do for the upcoming matches, where, you know, how we truly feel about him. We do need a goalkeeper. But we've now been thrown a different spanner with Petrovic. So I think the next few matches, let's have a look at where things are. But Ramsdale's not the answer. Bottom line, Ramsdale's not the answer. And I'm glad that's the case with Fabrizio Romano stating that. Now, ladies and gentlemen, another youth player. So, you know how we just talked about the 4-window strategy? Perhaps we're going to stop the youth. Now, it looks like we're not. This particular news, ladies and gentlemen, dropped in the middle of Chelsea versus Sheffield United. Normally, we wait until we lose, and then the 16, 17-year-old news comes out. This actually happened during the game. I mean, we're becoming that shameless that now during the game, all these sort of, nonsense youth prodigies news comes out. Check this out, coming from Fabrizio Romano. Understand both Chelsea and Manchester City have made contact to be informed on Claudio Echeverri situation. I've got no idea who Claudio Echeverri is. Let me know in the comment section. Do you rate him? I mean, I can't be bothered. He's what, another 16, 17-year-old? Who cares? Barcelona remain keen, but structure of the deal makes it complicated with financial fair play. Release clause 25 million euros, up to 30 million in the final days of the market. So that's a hefty amount of fee to pay for an unknown character. So another youth player. This youth player strategy continues. So let me know if this guy is worth it. I don't know what Chelsea's plan is. We have a plethora of youth players. What are we going to do with them? What is the clear plan about them? We need a lot more, multi clubs under us. We only have Strasbourg. We need a lot more. We need another 2 more clubs in the multi-club model for us to start distributing all of these players out. And it's not like we can just distribute any number of players. There's a quota. There is a limit. It's capped. It's not like we can just send all of these players. So I don't know. I don't know what the game plan is. I don't know how we're going to do this. So let me know, ladies and gentlemen, what your thoughts are. But most importantly, the 4-window strategy. This is the new jargon that's getting thrown around. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. Smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Till next time. See ya.